This is the solution to the 3.1 exercise where we're establishing whether or not a student may apply for financial aid. So we're setting our initial variable eligible for financial aid to a Boolean, which is true. So this isn't a string, this is a reserved word in Python. It needs a capital T. Then we're going to get student status as input, where we ask, are you a new or returning student? Please enter N or R. And if the student status equals R, or student status equals R, this allows them to put in either a lowercase or an uppercase r, then we're going to get the current GPA. We don't need the GPA if they're a new student. So GPA will equal a float because it could be 3.2 or something like that. And we're going to get an input for what is your current GPA. If the GPA is greater than or equal to 2, we're going to keep going. If it's less than or equal to 2, which is what we're testing for, we will change the Boolean on eligible for financial aid to false. Then we're going to check the status of them having a criminal record. Input, have you ever been convicted of a drug felony? Enter Y or N. And if the criminal record equals Y or capital Y, then they are not going to be eligible for financial aid. Then we're going to check how many credit hours they are set up for. So we're setting that equal to the input of how many credit hours are you enrolled for the next semester, which we're converting to an int. And if the credit hours are less than 6, we need to change eligible for financial aid to false. For our gross yearly income, we're doing this as an int. We're having them put in whole numbers because we're having them rounded to the nearest dollar. So we ask, what is your gross yearly income, rounded to the nearest dollar, and tell them not to use commas. Now you'll notice that this doesn't have a plus or a comma. It was too long. It went past the gray line here, so I just hit enter after that and it automatically put in the quotes. So if the gross yearly income is greater than or equal to 50,000, oops, that's 500,000, that should be 50,000, then eligible for financial aid should equal false. If they are eligible for financial aid, it will print you are eligible to apply for financial aid, and that will happen if nothing changes it from true to false. Otherwise, it will print you are not eligible to apply for financial aid. And notice here that I'm just asking if eligible for financial aid because it's a Boolean. I don't need to check to see if eligible for financial aid equals true. That's the default. If I wanted to check if it was false, I would do if not eligible for financial aid. So that's the way that program can be coded. There's always more than one right way to get to the answer, but you should have covered all of that logic and gotten the same results.